Hey everybody, what's up? This is Dee Maria Reacts, and I wanted to react to some clips, y'all, of these immigrants. Let me clarify. These are clips of illegal immigrants out here in America getting caught up committing crimes. So you always hear that viewpoint that, oh, Americans are out here committing more crimes than the immigrants are. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff that happens. I'm not going to say with every single last one of the illegal immigrants in our country, but a nice majority of them. And here's the thing. When you come into a country illegally, you don't have proper identification. You can obtain it because you didn't come the right way. You didn't go through the necessary process where you would end up with your own documents. You have to do all these workarounds and do all this janky stuff. So if you want to work and get paid and be on somebody's payroll, you got to have some ID. So what are you going to do? Steal somebody's identification or make up some false ID. I mean, and those are criminal things. This is why people saying, it should coming across the border illegally is not a crime. Like somebody that we know. Coming across the border illegally is not a crime. You just said illegally and crime in the same sentence. Anyway, this is why it is. Because in order for them to even come in here and live life and try to build a life, you're going to have to engage in some illegal practices in order to fly under the radar. And not only that, many of them need money fast because they have to pay off the folks that got them in here. I forget the term that they use. Oh my gosh, what's the term? I'm totally drawing a blank. But there are people, shady individuals, who were helping people from other countries to illegally enter ours for a fee. And these fees are very costly. And if you're coming into this country, I mean, you're flat broke because unfortunately you're coming, that's the life you're coming from. So when you get here and you got to start making money quick because these people want their money pronto. So that's going to put you in a position of having to do things, bad things, illegal things in order to get some money. Okay? That's why this is bad. And I'm sorry, coming from a poor country is not reason enough for America to necessarily keep millions and millions of people. That's unsustainable. And it's not mean, even for me as a Christian, to say that and to embrace that. Embrace is the wrong word. It's not a bad thing to feel that way and to know that and to voice that. That is not the reason why, that's not reason enough, I should say, for us to be allowing people to stay here illegally. There's a process. So anyway, here are several different scenarios that I was kind of checking out earlier today, and I was like, wow, really? If you've been here, for instance, 14 years, you've overstayed your visa, which is like a temporary permission slip, so to speak, to be in America. 10 years passed, and within that 10 years, you've done nothing. I'm sorry, but you got to go home. And that's the other thing. People act like ICE is taking people out and harming them or putting putting them, let me get my thoughts together. People are against ICE as if ICE is doing something that's so cruel, okay? It's not like we're executing people or anything like that. All we're doing is making them go home. Are there instances where people fled? They ran here because they were running from certain things in their home countries? Sure. And there are allowances for that. It depends on what's going on. Like, for instance, the president allowed that group of African, um, that group of African people who were being, what's the word? They people were committing genocide against them because of the color of their skin. Okay, remember that back last year, and the president allowed them to all come here. They're fleeing persecution. Okay, but it cannot be that we have to fling our doors open because people are fleeing poverty, for instance. Of course, we don't want anyone to starve, but it's not sustainable. I mean, we can only help so much. We cannot prop up every country on the planet. We can't do it because the money comes from American taxpayers. And guess what? We ain't got it like that. Money enough to prop up the whole world? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Anyway, let's check out a couple of these videos, y'all. Watch this. So I'm going to go here. Let's see. Because I'm going on and on already. Let me just show you. These people can be ridiculous, boy, I tell you. Let me make sure this is all the way back. Okay, I'm going to bring it on screen. Watch this. So you'll see that this lady, she's at the airport. She's flying from one state to another state within the country. And she got caught. She got caught passing some bad ID. So let's see what happens.
This is the identification that you presented.
Okay, that's the wrong one.
What do you mean?
I didn't look at it. I just put it in my pocket.
This woman was stopped at a Florida airport after trying to board a flight using a fake ID. But what deputies didn't realize yet was that she had overstayed her visa by more than 10 years, and her husband had too.
And her husband.
Is that ID wrong?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the one that was in my purse. I have all of my stuff in my purse. If you go in my purse, you'll see it.
What is wrong with you?
I have two of my ID.
Okay, but this isn't a real ID. Why do you have this?
I always have it in my purse.
Okay, why?
I just always have it
That's
in my
not an
purse.
excuse. It's a fake ID.
Was she?
You can't have a fake
Okay, I'll take this.
ID in your possession.
That's not.
He asked her, why do you have this fake ID? She's like, I always have it in my purse. That's not an answer. Not an answer that makes sense. Why do you always have something that's illegal in your purse? Girl.
That's only for.
You didn't know you couldn't have a fake ID.
I didn't even know it was fake.
How do you not know it's fake?
Because someone said they can get ID. I didn't even know it was a fake ID. Because I know they said once an ID have, well, at least the person who told me once.
Watch how vague her explanations are. She's like, I didn't know it was fake. He asked, how did you not know it was fake? Because they said it was real. She kept saying they. She won't identify a place of business, not ever. Watch this. Just everything is so generic.
All of my information and ID. Someone told me that they all I need to do to go is to this Thai place, and then it's a Thai place giving my ID.
You don't go to some place to get your ID. You go to DMV to get your driver's license.
Okay, this place is like a DMV because I have two. The one I went to, what I did was I gave them my passport and they gave me an ID. That's my ID. But then this one right here is when I came. I don't know who it was, but they said that you could always transfer your stuff to your ID. Just give me my information. So I transferred my stuff. I did the same thing that I transferred my ID from the DMV place to them.
With them. But you only get your driver's license with them.
No, you don't. If you go on my person, you'll see it. And if you go in the system and call them, you will see they give you ID.
Call who? Who's them?
It's called a tag agency place, but they give you ID. They give you an international ID. All you need to do is transfer your passport over. That's me.
Yeah, I have her social.
What's your real license? Where's your real license out of?
My real license is in my purse, but that's the same.
Okay,
it's the
is it
same
from
name.
Florida?
No, it's from here.
This is Florida.
Well, I don't
Does
know.
she
It's from
get in
here.
Okay, because we ran your name too, and your name doesn't exist either. in our system.
My name is Estia Lashar Smith. If you see, I use two names. Why? Because
How
my
long have you lived
grandmother,
here?
from I was 22.
Just moments before
This child just says she uses two names. I wish they had let her explain. She's like, because my grandmother, and we didn't get to hear the rest of that. But watch this foolishness. Child, just admit it. You've been caught. They got you. They did a gotcha. You've been caught. And no amount of explaining a bunch of hocus pocus mess is going to get you out of it. That's unfortunate, but just watch.
deputies arrived, the woman had phoned her husband, who dropped her off at the airport and was now rushing back to the scene. But deputies were about to find out, just like his wife, the husband's visa had been expired for more than a decade.
And how is it a fake ID if that's me?
How is it a fake ID if that's me?
How is it a fake ID if that's me and that's my information? You could even go on my son, everything, that's me. Even my bank account, that's me. How is it a fake ID?
It's a fake ID because it's not real. It was not issued by the state of Florida. The PL number does not exist. And when we run your name and information that's provided on it, you also don't exist.
No,
so
I
that
do.
is how it is a fake ID. It is not real. You did not get it from the state of Florida. Thus, you can't possess it. It is illegal to possess a license.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Did you get it from the state of Florida?
I get it from somebody who said all I need to do. What they said, they can go to the.
How many people know your ignorance of the law doesn't absolve you from it? You got to know the laws of the land and the country you're moving around in. And if you get caught up, you saying, I didn't know that, that's not going to help you. That's not going to get you out of anything. Because you should be looking to find out. If she was on the up and up, she would have searched out, how can I get, if she was on the up and up, she wouldn't have had to ask anybody, how do I go and get ID? Because they would have explained immigration and naturalization, or whomever would have explained that to her. I'm sure as you go through the process of becoming an American citizen or a citizen in any country, at the end of it all, they're going to give you your documentation and your paperwork, right?
Place.
That's not how it works.
Turn over my stuff. I didn't know that because that's what I did with my
Any
home.
logical person would know that you cannot get a license inside.
But that's what. No, not a friend. I didn't know the person.
We can get customs to assist us.
They have.
Yes, they can fingerprint it. Have you seen the ID yet?
I said I did on that, but I didn't.
Is it Florida ID?
It's a Florida ID.
Obviously fake.
I don't wonder.
First of all, this black dude, he ain't a regular black dude. He's from somewhere else. I can look at him and tell. He's not a regular FBA, okay? He might be a legitimate citizen and all because he's working that job, so I'm sure they vetted him and checked him out. But the way he acted all shady about that ID, yeah, I saw the ID down there, but it didn't look fake. It was a Florida ID. They were like, no, it's not. You didn't run the ID because had you ran it, he was trying to let her skate through. Had he done his job properly, and ran that identification, he would have found out the same thing that the dude who's speaking, the dude whose body cam is being used to film this video, found out. He would have found out the same thing. So he gonna get in trouble at his job, I'm sure. You getting ready to get a bad mark because you almost let somebody just slide on through. Watch this. Let's take it back just a smidgen.
Is it Florida ID?
It's a Florida ID.
Obviously fake.
I don't wonder. She running over there.
I mean, does it look fake? Does it look fake?
Where was she flying?
New one. Sir.
Hi, sorry.
Let me go over here. Go over here.
I was calling your phone, man.
You're just gonna have to wait for it. Is she a friend of yours?
My wife.
It's your wife.
Yeah. What's going on?
She's being detained right now
Why?
because of her identifications.
What's wrong with her identification?
You know what's
Doesn't seem
wrong.
right. You know where she's traveling to today by chance?
Yeah, she's going to New Jersey.
To New Jersey?
Yeah, she has a company and one of her friends does a flight attendant called Layover. They're supposed to be there for 4 hours and come right back. Her friend doesn't want to be alone, so she asked her to come along with her.
Oh, a flight attendant has her to come with her?
She's been calling me now trying to figure out what's going on. She lands in about 47 minutes in Pittsburgh, and we find out for you right now.
Who's she a flight attendant with? Spirit?
I can ask her. You gotta let them know so they don't put your bag on the plane.
She was probably already gone.
How's she gonna get the bag back? All her identifications in the bag.
Sent back, probably.
Huh?
Probably have to have it sent back. Her flight's at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, flight's at 8 o'clock.
So that bag's
All of her
not
passport, everything is
not
in
gonna
the
be like
bag.
it.
She told them that she traded her passport for some ID.
Are you here for us?
I believe
You want to
so.
fill them in?
Something about a Bahamian passport. That's all I know.
No, not necessarily. Let's go around. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, just go right through here. Yeah. You just lift that up. What's your name, sir? James?
Can you take a driver test?
Yeah, I took a driver's test. I even have a driver's thing in the Bahamas.
No, over here. No, it's in the state.
No, all I did was give them my information from that, and then I change it over from my driver's.
Bingo, right there. That's how you know she's lying. She was being shady and trying to do a workaround to get a hold of some fake ID because she didn't do what's necessary to get her ID the proper way. You're going to have to take a test at some point. If you're using a driver's license, and that's what she has from what they said, she has a driver's license. You are supposed to take a written test and a driving exam in order to get a driver's license. That's the law. Every state in the union. Girl.
I changed it over. You give them your information and you change it over.
But over here, you know, you're supposed to take a driver's test.
Change
It's
it.
not even out of the country. You're supposed to take a driver's test.
I thought you just give them your driver's license.
No. You don't obtain a driver's license in Bahamas and come over here and just get it switched over to read United States without taking a test. No, ma'am.
And they change it over.
That's not how it
I never knew that.
In Florida and in every U.S. state,
There.
completing at least one U.S. driver's test is a basic requirement for a valid driver's license. There's no workaround. Her admission that she did not take any tests effectively confirmed what deputies already believed. The driver's license she presented was not lawfully issued. Now it was only a matter of time until immigration would arrive on scene.
all the tag plates that they issued already.
Oh, did you?
They're saying it's not real.
So we got CI coming out. We got the fingerprints coming. They're scared.
They're acting like they're so surprised. I'm just so surprised that it's not real. I always thought it was real. Come on, girl.
I was hoping they could fingerprint, but because it's not an international flight type issue, they technically can't. And then the only other thing we could do is ICE, is contact ICE to see if they want to respond.
The deputies now escorted the woman into a private room where a female deputy began questioning her about how she got the fake ID. And if her explanation didn't start making sense fast, she was going to be turned over to ICE, who were already working the airport and looking for her.
The place where you go for help, they say I can use a TIN number. There's ways to get around things, and that's issued to me and my name.
Okay.
So that's why it's me. I issued myself as a business, and that's how I obtained it. So I can use it as a social because that's the law.
Okay.
That's why it's not. I did everything by the law. That's why I get what I get. Nothing is fake. Nothing is. The only thing I did not know was that the place I issued the last time, which was with the ID I gave y'all, is not real. I never knew that. And the other issue place that doesn't want to answer, I didn't know that either because they say they issue IDs.
Okay, so
from the
before I even ask you questions, I have to read you the rights,
Okay.
right? Since you know how it works, right? Since you've been here. So I'm gonna read you, and when you hear the question, you either say yes, I understand, or
Okay.
no.
Okay.
All right? So you have the right to remain silent and to refuse to answer questions. What's your birth name?
I don't know. I don't know which one was it. I'm just finding out when I was 13 when I went to go and get my passport renewed because
This child just told this woman that she doesn't know what her name is. She said she doesn't know. That was her response. She's like, "What's your name?" "I don't know. I just found out when I was 30. What?
Answer questions. What's your birth name?
I don't know. I don't know which one was it. I'm just finding out when I was 13 when I went to go and get my passport renewed because someone broke into the car and take the passport.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't just take the passport, they took my whole purse.
What kind of passport do you have?
It was a Bahamian passport.
Why don't you have an American citizen passport?
I'm not an American today. I wasn't born over here.
Okay.
I
So,
was born over here to get that passport.
so usually when you don't have a citizenship, they'll say it on your driver's license.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, that you want to know what that tells me? That this is fake.
Okay, because I didn't know that.
By now, one thing was clear. The suspect's story wasn't adding up. If she kept doubling down on the same unconvincing excuses and lies, she was going to be handed over to ICE, who would be more than happy to take custody of her.
Okay, so where did you get this?
She's like tearing up. I don't know if y'all can see, but she know, girl, she's holding on to the craziness, and then she's gonna switch her story up and blame it on America.
I got that from the same type of place that
What
this
type of
dude.
place?
There was a guy standing out there, out of the side of the place, and asked me.
There
Did you go into
outside of the place.
Legitimate business.
I went into a business for the other one.
What's the
the
other
same
one?
business, the other ID I told y'all to go and look for. It's in my bag, it's in my phone, and it's in my purse.
Okay.
So when y'all see it, y'all get it, but they say it's not real. But it is
This
real.
one's not
It
real.
it is issued. I did the same thing to get that one.
I know, but I'm asking a question about this. This
Yeah.
is not real.
No,
How do you know this is not real?
Because y'all told me it wasn't real. That's
Really?
how I know it wasn't real. It's an ID. They say any form of ID.
This is not
So-
an ID. This is a driver's license.
So the guy that I met outside of the place told me that the one I have would work, but then I still gonna need an ID, a Florida State ID. They say you can give me all I need to do is do the same thing I did to them, give me my passport information,
Yeah.
and then pay them money, and then they're gonna bring me one.
I got a
The
question.
same thing.
Is this a real driver's license?
Yes, a real driver's license.
How do you
They
know?
look the same.
Looks the same. Then
Yeah,
if
it's
that's
not-
then why are you telling me that this is not real?
Because
If I
y'all
told
told
you-
me it wasn't real.
But if you know
Oh
that
my
it's real, you'd
gosh.
be defending that. You'd be like, oh no, that's a real driver's license. I will defend to the
I
end of
believe
time.
anything the police say.
I will
They looked
defend
up.
to the end of time that this is a real driver's license.
But I'm
So
not
if I
gonna
tell you
lie.
right now, the necklace right now is fake. The necklace you have on right now is fake.
If you're not a jeweler, then I wouldn't believe you. But if you're a jeweler, I'm gonna believe you.
How do you know what I know?
Because you're a jeweler.
Exactly.
You went to school for it.
But how do you know if I'm not adding to that on the side? So anyone tells you, you're gonna believe because
But
they
they're
claim.
police.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because it does.
No, because if you
They say I
knew
looked it up.
if you knew that you went the proper way to receive a driver's license and you paid the money for it,
Mhm.
you should stand with your gun doing, no, it's just real, this is real.
I don't know anything about America like that. So if
How long have
police
you been
tell me
here?
Oh
that,
my God.
I've been here from when I was 22.
And
If
how
the
many
police-
years is that? I don't know who you are.
I think 14.
14
Yeah.
years. How did you get here?
I got here on the plane.
So you flew from where?
The Bahamas.
Okay. So you've been here 14 years. And the person you're traveling with is who?
My daughter. Oh, you mean now?
Where's your daughter?
The person who I travel with over here?
Who's your daughter?
I'm asking you, which question are you asking? The person
You're not
I
running
travel
this
with over
interview.
here?
You're not running this interview. I am. Who
That's
is your daughter?
You asked me a question,
Okay,
so I wanted to
and
answer.
you brought up something that wasn't talked about.
Yeah, because you
Who's your
asked me
daughter?
who did I travel with when I came, so I said my daughter.
Okay, so you traveled with her when you came.
Yes, she
Okay.
was a child.
Is that
Can I ask you a question? Why are you
Sure.
being repulsive?
I'm not. I'm questioning. I'm asking.
Wrong
I know
word.
I'm being respectful, and I
Same here. I
didn't.
haven't been disrespectful. Haven't been rude. I've
It
been
was
asking you
a
questions.
little bit. I'm not being mean.
It was a little
but
bit
I
repulsive.
only thought you asked me who I traveled with. I don't really understand when you say things just like that.
Okay.
It has to be specific. That's why I asked you.
So the man that's here is who?
It's her father.
That's her dad.
Yeah,
Where did you meet him?
in the Bahamas.
Okay,
I was 17.
gotcha.
Apparently, she'd been in the United States for about 14 years, and records suggest her visa had been
14 years.
expired for more than a decade. Still, she doubled down, claiming she had come to the U.S. with her 2-year-old daughter to join her husband, who had gotten his visa first and somehow obtained a tax ID she'd been using for money transactions ever since. But when she realized she wasn't convincing anyone that the ID was real, she switched tactics and started blaming law enforcement.
Having this is a big
Watch
problem.
this.
I
Oh
didn't
my
know
God.
that.
I know.
I did not. The only reason I know that is because they looked it up and said it's not coming up. And I said that's impossible.
Okay,
then
well, this
when they
is
look
this
up
is
the other
fake,
one-
right? And with all the things going on, this is a big problem.
Big
I didn't
problem.
know it was fake.
Very big
I didn't
problem.
know it
And
was
you don't have
fake.
citizenship here, right?
No, the other one is the same thing. That means that one is fake too. So I don't understand how y'all allow people to be open with tag agency doing all this and then it's fake.
Allowing, I didn't allow it.
How y'all allow? See how she flipped the script? She straight up flipped the script. I don't see how y'all, America, allow anybody. She tried it. She tried it.
Anybody.
No, not you, but the government.
The government.
They said the
that's
other
a
one is
scam.
fake.
That's what it's called, scamming.
But it's government issued. But it's government issue. They have it on their information on their online
ma'am.
saying that they
No,
give
ma'am.
everything.
Okay, so what's the other thing that you said that's fake?
They said the other one is fake.
What is it? I haven't seen it.
It's a
I mean, that's a.
Heck
it's the
no.
same thing. It's issued from
I don't
here.
know if it's fake or not.
Okay.
No, it's issued from here. It's a American ID, not a Bahamas. It's just international.
Who has that? It's in your bag, right?
Yeah, it's
I was trying to figure out, was that her husband's voice? Is her husband in the room? Or was it that other officer guy? I don't know.
my bag on my phone, and they said it's fake too. So I'm like, hold on, if this is fake, that is also fake because I did the same thing.
Okay.
I literally went and looked up places that I can get around things. They said there's
Get
laws around
around
everything,
things.
and I just have to do it legitimately, and that's what I did. I never knew that.
In the Bahamas, they don't have like an American embassy.
They do have American embassy.
That's the proper way to go from one country to the other. You have to apply in the American embassy.
I know when I came over here and I was in the but I went to the embassy. I have a embassy thing. I came over the right way. I came over through airplane. I didn't
Obviously
want to go.
not.
I didn't get smuggled in.
Even if you don't go to the American embassy, you could still fly. You could still
Right.
come in. Whatever
Yeah, I
country you
know.
are.
In my passport, you will see in the system that I have an American visa. I came over with my visa. The only
How
That's
long was it
expired.
for?
I don't know. The only thing
That-
is when I came
That's
over.
very important because when you're given the visa, they tell you how long. They'll say 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years.
Oh,
5
they don't
years.
tell you that. They tell you in your on your passport. They stamp it or
Well,
something.
you don't have a
for,
passport.
for
You have the
amount.
Bahamian one.
Yeah, they
So
tell
it
you
will
on the
be on your
passport.
Bahamian.
After more than 30 minutes of the same excuses, deputies had had enough and decided it was time to bring in the feds. The moment she heard him mention ICE, her whole demeanor changed
Look at
because
this.
she knew what it meant.
Yes, Dr. Ice is coming out.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the one over here at Hollywood?
Yes.
All right.
Excuse me, I've
No, yes,
SCTV. I've done
Sir,
ICE
there is no
before.
property.
I've done ICE before. I can't
Property.
I
I
can't go
think she's
back
going
home.
to
That's not our decision.
You must go back
I
home.
still
Then.
because that's going to cause me to be unalive. I already
Okay.
explained that to them. That's not the reason why.
I can't go back home. That's going to cause me to be unalived. Okay. Every illegal immigrant that gets caught is going to tell that story. Every one of them. And what we're supposed to believe them all so that they can then stay in this country? You can't go anywhere and do that. And this whole mindset that America is supposed to be the only country to bend over backwards and be just, what did somebody call it? They called it toxic empathy. Yes. She wrote a book. The author of that book, I'm drawing a blank on her name. I think it's Allie Stuckley or something. I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. She wrote a book called Toxic Empathy. See, there's a lot of manipulation that goes on. People manipulate Americans because they know we have a kind heart. We're blessed. We're like an affluent type country still, but almost not. And many of us, if we're not Christians, we might come from Christians' homes or whatever, and they play on our kindness. I'm a nice person, believe it or not. But you cannot allow yourself to be manipulated because this is not sustainable. This country is not built to take in an influx of 15 to 20 plus million illegal immigrants, people from other countries, just because they want to come and make a better life for themselves. That's not reason enough to come here. That is not reason enough. It sounds good. That's why Joe Biden was calling them dreamers instead of illegal aliens, like the Constitution refers to them. But, I'll say that's not reason enough for you to be allowed to stay here, even though you've been caught without having citizenship. That's what I mean. Because of course someone can come here if they go through the proper channels, the proper avenues of gaining their citizenship, then, and of course our system needs some work done on it. People feel like it ought to be a fast track kind of situation. Well, we got to take time to vet people to know if they're going to be a good chance of being a good fit, if they love this country or not. Because if you hate this country, you're going to come in here and cut up. Whew. Let me get back to her. Oh my goodness. Throat is dry. It's so dry in my house. Because the heat kicked on and the vent is right over there. Okay, here we go. We're right at the point that she's like, "Ooh, I can't do ice. I can't go back home." Watch this.
I'm sorry? I've done ice before. I can't go back home.
That's not our decision, though.
I still because that's going to cause me to be unalive. I already explained that to them. That's not the reason why I came with my daughter in the first place.
The woman was handed over to ICE that day. At the last reported update, she remained in custody after every motion she filed in court seeking release was dismissed. Her husband never became the subject of the criminal investigation on scene. It was only later, after records were checked through immigration databases, that authorities learned the truth. His visa had also been expired for more than a decade. There's no public confirmation of deportation yet, but follow my channel for any updates on this case.
Y'all should have got that handled. Y'all should have got that handled before Trump got in office, because he was running on that. I don't know if people, when the possibility of a new president was on the horizon, like years ago, y'all should have gotten down to business and figured out what you needed to do to obtain your citizenship. Unfortunately, there is a huge political party who had a whole lot of people thinking that they were a-okay, that they were fine. Y'all should have pressed through that, deception, because yeah, they assumed they were going to win this previous presidential election, and it didn't turn out that way. So the fact that that shows you they don't give a rip about you. They were bending laws and doing all kinds of illegal things, because they see these people as a voter base, allegedly. And so they're like, just come on in from all over the world. Come on in. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to tell us who you are. We don't need to know your name. Just come on in, baby. Come on in. And now y'all are getting caught up. And it's sad. I mean, I feel for you, but at the same time, what pity can you have for them when certain ones of them are like, this country sucks, and they're waving their own flags at these protests. They're waving the flags of their home country, but then they don't want to leave. If we're so low down, if we're the most low down country on the planet, then why the heck are y'all here wrongfully and then don't want to leave? They put up a fuss when it's time to go, when they've been caught. Let's see what this is. What? Do you see this title? I've not watched this one. The title says, Chinese PhD student deported after injecting chemicals into neighbor's home. Okay, let's check this one out. Lord. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get it on screen. Why are you doing this?
This is Chinese PhD student Zhuming Li using a syringe to inject chemicals into his neighbor's apartment to retaliate against the sound of their crying baby. For months, the family living inside this unit had been suffering from unexplained illnesses until they hit a small camera inside a potted plant and caught his downstairs neighbor doing this. Fearing for his family's lives, the husband immediately called the police. As officers and hazmat units started swarming the building.
Because I'm not trying to be funny, but people from that country, see, it has all come out now that a certain La Pandemica about 5 or so years ago came from that country. So there is no telling what in the world that guy had in that syringe. Oh, I can't wait to see if they find that out and show that on this video. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
This Chinese immigrant would quickly realize the huge trouble he was in.
Huge.
Hello. What's going on?
He's a chemistry PhD student yourself.
He's a what?
Chemistry PhD student at yourself.
Okay.
And he's injecting some chemical inside my house. It's like severe eye burning sensation.
Let me see the video.
Difficulty breathing.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Are you guys in an argument about something?
I'll tell you everything. So this time he came and he was at him.
He's shaking. His voice is shaking, his hands are shaking.
This is this.
Okay. Here, come downstairs. Let the fire guys check you out. Okay?
when my baby wakes up in the middle of the night, he complains, we are doing heavy footsteps. He's hearing all this sound and he's waking up.
Did you guys call a long time ago, or for some noise? He called.
He called.
We
Yeah.
talked to you.
Yes.
So this is an odd call. He does have a video of his downstairs neighbor with a syringe squirting something into his door that's closed, his front door. So he said he kind of had some. You said your eyes were burning.
Yes.
So I haven't been in the apartment yet.
Have a seat out here in the air.
And the baby and his wife went to another apartment to kind of get away.
This dispute didn't begin that day, but months earlier, when the suspect, Zuming Li, a Chinese PhD chemistry student at the University of South Florida on a student visa, called police to complain about noise from neighbors' upstairs apartment. Footsteps, doors closing, and even the newborn crying. When officers determined none of it amounted to a crime or unreasonable disturbance, Li decided to handle it himself. Soon, firefighters and a hazmat team, now on scene, would soon identify the dangerous liquid Li was using to poison his neighbors and move in to make him pay for his crimes.
I mean, if you get inside the unit,
I can't without the meters.
Yeah, I know. But last time, the fire department, I called police, I called 911.
I have the hazmat coming.
Yeah, and hazmat came in. It was on 21st August, 21st June.
Okay.
And today I'm again calling 911.
Did he do the same thing the other
Many
day?
times.
Well, he didn't have it on camera last.
Okay. Yeah.
He just put the camera up. He stopped at our station.
Okay.
They're wanting to report.
Can you let him speak?
All right.
Just have a seat here and let us, get some vitals.
So back to what the issue is. Basically, he was the noise issue with him.
Yes.
Okay. And then from there, it's escalated to this kind of behavior.
We also complained to the condo,
Okay.
the HOA, and the HOA said, warned him that if I didn't go to HOA, he did.
Okay.
And the HOA said that if he disturb my landlord or me with a baby, he may want to live in a single
Somewhere
family
else,
house.
yeah.
Not
Right.
in a condo.
Go get a
Not in
house.
condo. These kind of footsteps and all these sounds are pretty common.
They live on the second floor.
Oh, they're on the
Victim lives on third. So he might just be doing it to mess with him on camera. So I want to just go talk to him. And you mentioned you went to the fire station.
Yeah.
And what date was that?
Today.
Today.
And I also went to...
But that was before this happened, right?
Yes.
Okay. When did you have issues when you went to the police station? Was that earlier today or yesterday?
I actually have... did I show you the other video?
No, this is the only one I saw.
Okay, so there's another video that I caught yesterday, but it was not clear.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't call 911, and I didn't know what's that. I just wiped that place.
Okay.
And I mean, from Sunday, I know that if I wipe that place, the smell disappears.
So what other days did you have issues where you were burning and stuff like that?
It first started on May 31st. My friend, she was here to put some delivery item inside.
Okay.
She has my backup key. It was on May 31st.
Okay. Apparently this has been going on since May 31st.
Yeah, fire said they run a call similar to this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and then they said like get the camera, so that's what he did. But I think he said only 2 events were captured on camera through the last month.
Is that the Joker right there?
Days where they haven't.
Slow down, Dirty Rodden.
He has probably been doing it repeatedly.
In the weeks after the noise dispute with Li, the husband, his wife, and their infant began suffering burning eyes, headaches, coughing, and vomiting. At first, they blamed the water heater and HVAC, replacing and checking both. But when the symptoms kept coming back, and a family friend who stopped by while they were away experienced the same reactions after noticing a wet chemical-like substance near their front door, they knew something sinister was going on and set up a concealed camera. Now, as the fire department tested samples of the dangerous liquid, the husband met with the cops, making it clear he wanted his neighbor, Zuming Li, put behind bars for a very long time.
Yes.
One question. So if I want to press charge, how do I do that?
Well, we're going to try to identify what the chemical was. That's why those guys are up there with all the machines and stuff. At the end of the day, whatever he's doing, it shows he has intent to harm you.
Yes.
So it's just tricky because normally our crimes are I punch you, I'm bad, I punched you. Simple.
Cover.
This is a little more involved, but at the end of the day, we're gonna charge him with something, whether you want to or not. It's against the law to poison anybody or contaminate something where people breathe and stuff like that. And obviously, you and your family had issues over the past month with him repeatedly doing this. The charge would be some kind of battery, okay? With his intent, he's caused you harm, physical harm with the irritants and stuff like that. And it'll probably be for 3 or 4 charges because you, your wife, your baby, and my understanding is your neighbor came one time and she was affected by it. So we just have to work slowly, methodically, but I'm pretty confident if he's up there, once they say this is what the chemical is, or even if they say we can't identify it, we're going to go talk with them and probably take him to jail.
So we gathered some samples. The best thing we can get off of it is methadone. It has, I don't know if it has other things in it, but that's what we got off of it. So if you look up methadone, it's toxic for inhalation.
Okay.
There was a half size of a dime liquid, half of a dime
there
that they swabbed up, and from that they took samples from what we could test. The swab has the strongest sample, and then we have a couple of little looks like Band-Aids that have some weaker samples on it.
Okay.
The swab will be this was the initial swab.
Okay.
That had the most
liquid
pure sample on it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm coming.
This, it says strong sample, so it would be the next thing that we wiped, because we have a machine that tests this stuff, and it's very, very, very sensitive. So the strong overloaded it. The weak is what gave us that identification. We took a picture of.
The victim then told officers how he outsmarted his evil neighbor.
How did you know that someone might be doing something? Because the noise issues you've had with him, or no?
Not that. So first time, my friend told me this. So we were out of state that time. I was not really relating it to anything.
So you were out of town, your neighbor came over to put a package in and said, oh my God, my eyes, and told you, but no one was even here making noise. You guys were out of town. Okay. So how did you know someone was doing something?
So on 25th,
that was Sunday, right?
On Sunday, it came back. So I thought, okay, the water heater is replaced, probably some residue was there. And I was actually sniffing it all from the water heating area. Okay. And when I was coming out from the water heater, the smell was getting stronger.
Okay.
So when I actually sniffed my door, bottom part of the door, the smell was the strongest. And
that's your front door, right?
Front door.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it struck me. So is it possible to access my house from outside, probably with a syringe or anything? So I came out with a skewer. To check if I can poke that inside.
From outside inside.
From outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried that, and then I found that it's
the bottom.
To access.
In a wild twist, the wanted neighbor, Juming Lee, suddenly returned to the apartment complex and tried to walk past everyone as if nothing was happening, heading straight for his unit. But officers weren't having it and moved in to apprehend him and notify immigration that the Chinese national who'd been terrorizing his neighbors.
Where you going? Can't go to the second floor right now. Well, we had a little.
Bobby.
Huh?
That's it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. What
floor you live on? Second floor.
Yeah.
1130.
I didn't.
Yeah,
didn't even almost there.
Oh, we need to talk.
Take your hands out of your pocket.
Huh?
Take your hands out of your pocket.
Yeah, we're going to need to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's come over here.
He said, we're going to need to talk to you. He playing dumb, like, huh? What? What'd I do? These glasses, I buck my eyes like that, and my eyes look big as saucers. But this dude, so he's up there sending this injecting this fluid under their door. They're at a time when they weren't even at home. So there are no babies crying. So what are you doing? You straight trying to kill people. I mean, that's just evil. That's evil. I'm so glad they caught this sucker. I don't know what to do.
Let me get this bag real quick. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You going to jail.
Hey, what? What's happening? Hey.
Because we need to talk to you. We need to figure out what's going on here.
You're being detained, sir, because they have
him and Ryan's
questioned
going
you.
to Charlie's here. Come on.
So they got to lock your hands down
Can I have you
and
have a
make
seat
sure
in
you
this
don't
police
take off
car?
running.
We've got an investigator that's coming to talk to you. Okay? So you're being detained for the moment, okay? And we'll explain everything in a moment. You have anything in your pockets? This is my phone. Okay.
You're not in trouble.
Not right now. I have a seat.
These kind of people right here.
So he must have left before we got here.
Did he come back or did he come out of the apartment?
He came from the parking lot.
Fire crews cleared the building after detecting methadone and hydrocodone, Schedule II opioids that can dangerously depress breathing, especially in infants and small children. Substances Zhuming Li had no business possessing, let alone using to poison his neighbors. By nightfall, investigators from the FBI arrived to question Li.
He could have killed them and anybody else that came into that apartment that made contact with that stuff. That is absolute wickedness.
Use their detective skills to pull the truth out of him, tighten up their case, and make his removal from the United States a whole lot easier.
How you doing, sir?
Get him out of here.
Hey, can you hear me okay? My name's Charlie George. I'm a detective at Tampa Police
Don't
Department,
ever come back.
But I'm also a federal task force officer with the FBI. Okay? Okay. I'd like to ask you, do you know why you were here? Not exactly. Not exactly? Or
Oh, you know why.
So listen, I want to ask you some questions that have to do with the interest of public.
You definitely know why. Don't play crazy, because it's over for you, son.
Okay. Someone's getting something to wipe your eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm Chinese. So okay. English is not my native language. So can I have a lawyer? Because I don't want to make any misunderstandings.
So
wait a minute. He didn't ask for an interpreter. Can I have a lawyer? They're going to allow you to call your lawyer. Okay? Read him his rights, boys. Read him his rights. You ain't got to answer nothing, but you got to come with us, brother. Because you done some shady stuff, and you're on film.
What I want to ask you about is if I can go and determine if I'm going to be safe or my guys are going to be safe if we touch something, or are we going to be hurt? Okay? Hang on one second. Nope. Here, I've got the stuff for your eyes. So you're saying you want a lawyer, but there's some questions I want to ask you that have to do with the interest of public safety. It's called a public safety exception. Okay? Thank you.
Normally, questioning should have stopped once Zhumi Ling asked for a lawyer, but the officer correctly invoked the public safety exception, a U.S. Supreme Court rule from 1984, which allows limited questioning even without full Miranda protections when it's necessary to neutralize an immediate danger. Crucially, Lee still had the right to remain silent. However, he didn't and ended up talking himself into a one-way trip back to China.
I'm asking you questions.
I love it. And he ended up talking his way into a one-way trip back to China. Get your butt out of here.
Not about you getting prosecuted criminally. It's about there may be an unknown substance that our guys may come in contact with that is an irritant or a chemical or something like that. I don't know much about chemistry, but there's maybe a substance upstairs that could harm us. Okay? You mean in my apartment? Is there anything hazardous in your apartment? No. Is there any chemicals inside your apartment? No. Okay.
I have a baby. I cannot have those things in my home.
Okay, you have a baby. So there's nothing.
Ain't a blip. Ain't that a blip? He got a baby in his house. And you're going to trot your butt up the steps and inject chemicals into the apartment of some people. That's bad enough. But you know they have a baby. So your baby gets to live and be protected. You protecting your baby. But you trying to kill theirs. He is in deep doo-doo. Deep, 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 deep. Deep doo doo.
In your apartment.
My major is chemistry.
Okay.
I know how to avoid all those poisons from the meat. So I definitely would not take anything home with those kind of stuff.
Nothing hazardous.
Nothing hazardous, nothing poison.
Is there anything in your car that would harm us? Any chemicals? Anything that would give us an irritant, like to our eyes or skin?
I pick up my son every day, so you can check it.
Okay.
It's safe.
Nothing in your car.
No.
In the bag that you were carrying when they stopped you,
You have it. You can check.
there's nothing in the bag.
I only have
You just didn't have any with you that day.
Okay.
That's the only thing. That's the only chemical in there.
Okay. So listen, I'm just going to ask you this because it's important because one of our officers was upstairs at another apartment that you were seeing here, and that officer felt weird when they went by the door where you were standing with something in your hand. And that officer's at the hospital right now. And I need to know so we can tell the doctors what he may have been exposed to. There was an officer that went to an apartment upstairs on the second floor, not yours.
Second floor?
Yeah. Sir, I'm
Not
asking for
my
the truth.
home.
Not your home, but you were seen near the door doing something. You're on video. And you did something, and an officer walked up to that door, and he felt weird. He felt weird in his respiratory system, his eyes, and his skin. And I need to know what that was.
The detective already knew what Lee had injected. He just wanted a confession to make the case airtight. To back Lee into a corner, he played the footage showing him caught red-handed on camera.
What did you put on there? Don't play stupid. I need to know to tell the doctor.
But I don't have any poison chemical there.
I didn't say you had a poison chemical. I asked you what you had that could have caused this. Because the people inside the door and the officer were affected and had irritated eyes and itchy skin. And I'm asking you to cooperate so we can tell the doctors because they don't know what he was exposed to.
I did pour some onion extraction there.
What was it?
Onion extraction.
Onion extraction? What did you pour it with? Well, how did you pour it?
Right, because onions aren't liquid.
A pipette?
How?
So you had a pipette of onion extraction?
Huh?
Onion extraction?
Onion, just onion. Yeah.
Like onion, like for food, like
yeah, purple onion. Yeah.
A purple onion.
Yeah.
Where did you extract it from? Like in your apartment?
No. I just did it in lab.
I did it in lab.
Okay. Thank you for being honest with me. So there's no chemicals.
No, it's just onion.
Just onion.
Yeah, I don't want to be in trouble, so I don't.
So listen, I'm asking you this, so I can call the hospital and tell the doctor.
See that big red lying at the top of the screen?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's what he's doing.
Is it a clear pipette like that?
Yes.
Or is there any marks on it?
It should be graduated.
Graduated?
Yeah,
so it's called a graduated pipette?
Graduated pipette. That
Let me
means
look
it
that
has numbers
Listen,
on
I
it.
want to show you a video.
And little tick marks.
Now, it looks like
To show you how
what's
many
in your
millimeters.
hand has a plunger in it.
Oh,
I'm going to show you the video. I have a video of you going to the door.
oh yeah.
A syringe. You use a syringe. So it's not up front.
No.
Why'd you lie to me?
No, sorry.
Why'd you lie?
I just forgot
I'm asking
which
you
one.
in public safety for the safety of my officer that was exposed.
I'm sorry.
Now I need to know, is it really onion extract?
No.
What chemicals in it? What's in the syringe?
Onion extraction.
Onion, red onion.
Bro,
Purple
stop
onion.
lying.
But how am I supposed to believe you if you told me it was a pipette? Now it's a
Sorry,
syringe.
I used that last time. So.
Oh, you've done this before?
Yeah. Because I need to sleep. They just never sleep at night. I just want to make them like don't sleep at daytime.
Yeah. So the issue
I want to
is
make them fall
what you did is technically a crime. He's going to ask you about that. I'm not asking you about that.
He confessed, after which officers read him his Miranda rights. Lee was booked on 3 counts of aggravated battery, 2 counts of aggravated stalking, burglary, possession of a controlled substance, and battery on a law enforcement officer. Before the case reached a verdict, the university expelled him. His student visa was revoked, and ICE deported him to China. An active U.S. warrant remains. If he ever returns, he will be arrested and prosecuted. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watch this next one that just appeared on your screen. See you there.
Wow. Wow. Stop it. Wow. So see, This kind of stuff you never hear about on shows like The View. You don't hear about this on CNN and MSNBC and all of them folks. This ain't in the news. This is why people want these aliens out of here. It's like clear everybody out, you come home, maybe somebody, your teenagers let a bunch of strangers in the house or whatever, they got a party going, blah, blah, blah. Stuff jumps off. And what's the first thing you, the parent, gonna say? Which ones did it? And guess what? All of y'all, all of you, get out of here. Get out. All of you, get out. Not eeny, meeny, miny, let me see. All of you get out. So that's how some of us are. Everybody get out. You want to come here, you got to come back the right way. That's why we're like this. This is the kind of stuff that's going on in this country. What chemical PhD student is going to do some janky stuff like this? I'm not going to say that no American citizen has ever done anything like this. I'm not going to say, because I don't know that. But that is shady as all get out. And then he tried to lie. I was only just squeezing onion extractions. Anyway, so, if anybody ever asks me, this kind of stuff is an example of why I feel the way I do. This is just wrong. That's just wrong. This poor baby. See, they all got to now go to the hospital, get checked out. What if this baby suffers some kind of permanent damage because of inhaling this stuff? It's just horrible. Anyway, I'm sure that there's going to be more of this that I unlocked because I done ran into this channel and there's all kinds of cases of this stuff going on. So I just want to share with you all my reaction to a couple of them. And that is pretty much all for this video. If you liked this video, I would ask you to please hit that like button before you leave out. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about all this. Subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. End stream.